Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Platinum Reviews. This is Chris Gemma, Bats 2011, reviewing Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn is a PS4 exclusive, and it's from the company that brought you Killzone, Guerrilla Games. They really outdid themselves with Horizon Zero Dawn. I'll tell you about it in the video, but it's definitely a good game, definitely an amazing game. So be sure to subscribe to our channel, like us on Facebook, comment below on whatever videos you are wanting to see in the future, and like always, we'll hop right into it. So first off, on Horizon Zero Dawn, you'll notice the environment. This game is gorgeous. Everything that you see in this game just so perfectly put together. They really outdid themselves on the graphics. The map in this game is huge. There's a lot to explore. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of missions. There's so much in this game. It is full with content. Probably about, if you wanted to 100% do everything, there's a good 50-60 hours in this game. So it's definitely worth this price. So what we'll do is we'll start off right here and just kind of show you the gameplay, show you everything about it, everything I can at least. There's different ways to traverse. This is a rope there. I could have also went around and hopped across the rock, or you can swim in the water. There's different ways to do things. You can also pick up materials. These materials can either be sold or crafted into different ammo, different weapons. You can do a lot with this, with the materials. You also have your focus. It's what's attached to Aloy's head. This focus allows you to pretty much see everything going around you. You can see enemies, you can see animals. You can actually see with your enemies, which I'll show you more in depth. You can see weak points. You can see their weapons, and the weapons can be shot off and then used against them, which I'll show you more of that in a little bit. So if you saw in the distance, you can see where the enemy is. This is a scrapper. It's more of a cat type machine that you fight. There's multiple different types of machines, and I'll show you that too. But what we'll do is we'll take out these scrappers and show you more of everything. While we're waiting on this, I'll kind of go into depth with the story. So you follow Aloy, however you say her name. It's spelled weird, but it's like Aloy. You follow her, and her journey. She's pretty much outcast from her village. Without spoiling anything, she's outcast from her village. She wants to know why she's outcast. She wants to know, why there's not that many humans. Why are there machines? She wants to know everything. She's one of those people that just, has to know things. So you're pretty much on her journey figuring out what's going on. So if you see right here, after I kill him, I can pull items from him. So this, that's a very good way of getting materials if you need stuff to craft for more ammo, stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much the story without spoiling anything. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take you and show you the Thunderjaw. Thunderjaw is one of the tougher enemies in the game. I'd probably say there's 3 tough ones. Thunderjaw, Stormbird, and then there's one Deathbringer, but you rarely get into fights with him. So if you see here, Thunderjaw is huge. Just starting off. So you're going to want to, before you fight him, you're going to want to make sure you have a lot of items, because he does pack a punch and he can take a hit. So I probably wouldn't even fight him until you're probably around 20, 25. If you do before that, you're going to have a really hard time to beat him. But if you see there with the focus, you can actually see all the weak points. So I highlighted with the focus all of his armor, or all of his weapons, all his weapons, so that you can shoot them off, and it makes it so it's a lot easier. Because right now, if he came at me with all this stuff equipped, he has all these weapons to hit me with. So like the 2 on the front, do that. He can also shoot missiles at me. He can shoot lasers. Thunderjaw sucks to fight. So you're gonna want to go in there and try and take out his weapons. Good strategy is take out his weapon like that and use it against him. The only bad thing about the weapons is when you're carrying one, you can't roll. Rolling in this game is pretty important. It's how you get away from a lot of those shots. So right now, if I was to roll to escape that, I would drop the weapon, have to pick it up, and then I would get hit more. So it's better to take it to the chest kind of thing. So you see his own weapon is just destroying his armor. It's taking out chunks and chunks and chunks of it. So what we can do now is we can go up and try and take him down pretty much. So right here, there was a pop-up. It didn't let me do it, and it kind of went away. So I don't know what happened with that. I pretty much gave up and didn't want to try it again. But you can overdrive or override machines in the game. And I'll show you that after this fight on another one. But you can override them and make them fight for you. So I'll go more in depth with that here in a minute. But this is pretty much the gist of this fight. It's a lot of trying to pick away at the armor, and it gets pretty fun. The fighting in this game is really smooth and really good. They did a hell of a job with it. And you have a lot of different weapon types too, so you can, I know there's some that if you're shooting with fire, they'll be weak to fire, so you can actually make them blow up. There's others that are weak to frost, so if you keep shooting them with that, they'll freeze and you can go and override them. There's more precision type shots. There's a lot of different things you can do with the weapons, and there's other weapons that I don't have equipped as well that I just sold because it wasn't my type of gameplay that I like or game style. So, like I said, just keep trying to take out his armor and pretty much use it against him, and that's the whole strategy for him. After you hit, because I'm level 50 right now, which is the max level, after you hit a certain level, you're going to get pretty much unstoppable to where you're just able to take hits and deal hits. So, you know, and that level 50 is definitely that level of gameplay. Sorry, right here, the video kind of stopped, so I had to restart it. So it's going to kind of skip right there. But yeah, take him out. A cool thing too, I used his weapon against him. So if you see that red part, it opened up a chunk of his armor. So I can actually go in there with a bomb and take him down completely. That would have done a lot more damage. I know his health was down pretty low whenever I did that, but if his health was up a little bit more, that would have done a huge chunk of damage. So I'll show you some more enemies here in a minute. Really fast, I'm going to kind of go over the items. So you have different weapons. You have your armor, and here you can kind of craft stuff that you need. You can craft potions, stuff like that. Potions come in a lot of really big handy. Mostly the health one. The other ones aren't that, you know, I don't use them that much. But there's all your weapons, and just saw the armors. You also have modifications. These get equipped to weapons and armor, and they give you, like you can see, bonus damage. This is all the items that you pick up from killing stuff, and most of these I end up just selling because the money comes in a lot more handy. It's a lot better to buy potions than to have 100 of certain things. You also have supply boxes. Those are pretty cool, but they don't really do that much other than give you a huge plethora of items. These are collectibles that you pick up. This is your skill tree. You have multiple skills to choose from. You have your prowler abilities, which pretty much make you more stealthy. Brave makes you stronger with your bow. Forger allows you to pick up more stuff. Command animals or the machine, stuff like that. It pretty much is for picking up items. for the most part. This is all the collectibles in the game. Collectibles aren't that difficult. There are some that are pretty hard to get. The Banuk trophies, which are statues, are the ones on the bottom. Those are pretty cool to try and get. This is a list of different machines in the game. There's Frozen Wilds is about to come out. And I know Frozen Wild's going to introduce some new ones. I think I saw like a robot bear, and I was like, oh shit, robot bear. But like Rockbreaker, Thunderjaw, and Stormbird, those are the hard ones. Deathbringer, you only run into a handful of those, so they're not hard. And then the Tall Neck, those you don't fight. Those just reveal areas of the map. So it's not too difficult with them. So yeah, that's pretty much the map. Let's go over here. I'll show you that other enemy. These are the Glinthawks. They're one of the flying types. They're not too difficult, but when you have a handful of these and some enemies on the ground, they can be really difficult to deal with. And they're flying back and forth, so it's really hard to hit them with arrows unless you slow down your focus, or what I like to use is the rope caster. These are also susceptible, however you say that word, to ice. So if you shoot them with ice, they'll freeze up and slam to the ground and let you override them. So this is a rope caster. You kind of saw me using it earlier, but it pretty much grabs them, keeps them on the ground, and then you can roll up and do the override. Like I said before, the override makes it so where that enemy is now on your team. They turn blue and they help you out. So right here, he's going to start fighting him, working for me. Makes the fight a lot easier. You can also call mounts. This is one of those abilities under the Forger skill tree, I believe. And they make it so where you can call mounts and get faster machines, stuff like that. What's cool about them is, yeah, you can use it to traverse the world and get from point A to point B faster than walking, but you can also fight on them, which makes things a lot easier because your movement speed is increased significantly when you're fighting on one of them. So yeah, it definitely helps. Other than that, I mean, Horizon there's a lot to do in the game. I could spend an hour just trying to go over every little thing that you could do, and there's definitely a lot, but I won't bore you with that. The story, like I said, is amazing. I really enjoyed the story, and I can't wait for Frozen Wilds and for Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I'm definitely day one buy for me. The gameplay is very solid. There's no glitches that I've really ran into, other than like little things here and there. But for the most part, the gameplay is solid, and it's really fluid. What you're trying to do is what's happening. It's not, you're not worrying about other things like, oh, I tried to jump up this and it didn't do it. The game responds greatly to all your commands. This is photo mode. Photo mode, I'm showing you just to show you how beautiful the environment is, how beautiful this game looks. So if you look off into the distance, you can really see just how gorgeous it looks. Graphics wise, beautiful game, beautiful. I'd give Horizon Zero Dawn a 10 out of 10. Guerrilla Games did an amazing job with this, and I just love it. As far as trophies, Platinum Trophy had an 8.3, so it's very rare, but I think it's pretty easy to get. I'd give it about a 6 out of 10. It's not too hard. Definitely, take you a little bit of time, but other than that, nothing too crazy. But this has been Chris Gemma with Platinum Reviews. Go ahead and like us, subscribe to our page, and keep to the comments. Let us know if there's anything you want to see reviewed, and we'll keep the videos coming. You guys have a great rest of your day.